Right then, so it's that time of year again, the first test for these cars. So there's been a lot of work done to this one to get it to the Auto Sport. So we didn't want to take everything off it and then have to completely rebuild it, but it nearly ended up at that point. But then we've took a few bits off and done the improvements that we wanted to do for this year based on what we learnt last year. So the big thing, which is a big thing, we've got a bigger airbox in now and a bigger scoop. So this is a fully 3D printed headlight blank now to try and get as much air as we can into here. We've sort of simplified the turbo inlet pipe a little bit. Few other little tiny things, just changing like the brace for the turbo, which I still don't like it, but it does what it needs to do. We've got new splitters on there. So from this side, see we've took a little bit of material out, and then from the other side, so that's the top and the bottom. Oh, get that there. So from the bottom, we've cut a notch out so we can actually get to service this. This bit's cut out for the front diffusers, which they're 3D printed, which will show what they look like on the computer and printed if we've got some footage of them. But we're going to back them up with some carbon fibre as well. Then these little pieces are just for some aluminium skid plates. I'd like to put titanium in there and make some funny sparks, but we've not. And then this looks quite rough because this has been stepped down. So the idea was to try and get a nice curve on there, and then this will all be sealed in. So, but this is the spare one. Both cars are getting them. We're just realising that the front end on my car is not as square as it could be because it has had an accident or maybe two before we got the car. Not massive ones, but enough to have pushed the chassis leg over a little bit, and that's pushed. The big thing we wanted to get sorted this time really is making both cars identical, because they've always been in different sort of states of R&D that we wanted all the front end to be the same, all the engine bay to be the same, the intercoolers, the boost pipes, and the chassis legs being bent on that and not helping that. So I think we might get that straightened out before we go tons further, but we needed these ready for this test, which is tomorrow. They don't look as ready as they should be. Mine's not been in the dyno since it's had a new engine in it, so there's a lot going on here. But yeah, we'll be ready for tomorrow. Tom's camping in truck, whatever happens. So what we will do, either before I've said this or after, we'll just put in the little bits of footage that we've got rebuilding my car, and maybe odd little bits on this car, and then we'll just drop into the testing.
Hello everybody, you join me mid-strip of Ryan's. I'm trying to sort all the wiring out. It's looks a little bit messy at the minute in here. I'm just pulling all the V-box and antennas and basically all the out. And so we've just got the car loom left, and I'm going to wrap that and hopefully make it look a bit nice. So that's how it currently looks, which isn't too bad. It's doing the job for a season, but hopefully I might be able to make it look a little bit like this one in here, which I've still a bit of a work in progress. I've got some things to hide and some other things to add in, but using the Rayfast stuff, hopefully it makes things look just a little bit neater. So we're going to try and do that for both the cars this season. The rest of the strip down is going pretty well. The Bilsteins are going off. They're going to be in the spares now, as we've got another set of O-rings coming. So that's why them legs are fully built up. And then the engine's currently missing its cam girdle. I had to do a bit of a borrow of that and send it off. Everything else is in a million bits. Subframes have come back, all nice, fresh bolts and everything. Job's a good 'un. quick update on the race car. I've had a bit of a dilemma. One of the brake lines was underneath the fuel tank, the auxiliary one, and I had to take it out to get to it because the rib nut had pulled out. We're having new brake lines because this is the new bias valve. This is like a lever type. Basically, that's fully restricting, as in restricting the rear, and that is no restrictions, so the rear gets all the pressure and the fluid that it wants. So for dry, you probably have it about there. Then if you want a little bit more braking to your front, you can slam it that further one. Jobs are good. And in the wet, you're probably wanting it back here, and if you've got still too much front and it's getting a bit squirrely in the wet, then you can knock it back one. So that's good. I've split the rear end loom from the front like I did in the other car. That just makes it easier to track for if we have a problem up here, rather than pulling all the loom through from all the way back there under the lights and the rain light and cameras and that. We can just split it here in the middle, sort whatever we need. Jobs are good. And brake resers, we've got new brake resers in. They're just mounted on a bracket, met lines for them, and I've set the pedal box up so we've got the right masters in now. And then just the same way around as the other car. So the way you set them up is it's got a bias bar through it, which is basically just a bearing. So wherever the bearing sits is how much pedal travel, or how much master cylinder travel you get. So obviously if it's all the way to the left, which is towards the middle master cylinder, that's pushing the rear first. If it's all the way to the right, it's pushing the front first, or if it's in the middle, and it pushes both at the same time. But obviously with master cylinders, different bore sizes come into account, so we run a bigger bore size in the rear, so less pressure goes to it. So even when it's in the middle, you still get more pressure going to the front, which is what you want. So yeah, once I've cleaned all that out, it looks like a bit of a bomb site. Clean all that out, reassemble that. Once I've put them brake lines back in, the old brake lines ran from them holes in the bulkhead all the way to them holes in the back. So obviously we've got the bias valve now, so we've got some new lines coming, and then once that's in, all the wiring that I was on with, I need to plumb some more wires in for some lights and stuff. Once I've done that, then all that loom can get wrapped up like the other one. So it's coming along slowly but surely. It doesn't look like a race car whatsoever, but once a few little key aspects have been done, it should get thrown together pretty quick. Rear subframes in as well, and that's freshly powder coated, paint marked up. I'm just waiting on the rear trailing arms to come. They're coming back from powder coating. Job's good. Another quick update for the race cars. So this is the engine out of number 6. As you can see, it's got no cams in it. Oh dear. But never fear, as the cam sync is here, and I've got a new battery cams on my shelf of doom, so they can go on, and then it's just the task of figuring out where this needs to sit before we weld it up, because pretty much the sensor goes in about there where my finger is. So obviously if this is spinning round, even if the cams are in time, that can produce a signal that tells the ECU it's out of time, which is never good. Then starting on fitting the new inboard fuel lines. I've had to take tank out for some brake line shenanigans, but yeah, obviously that's new swirl pot on that, so new lines will run probably about in there somewhere, lead up to just there. Then on number 1, bumper and that's fitted, but it's definitely coming off again. We're mocking up the bigger air filters, trying to fit them this season as we're pulling a vacuum in the smaller ones. So we're having a headlight 3D printed. Other than that, this one's pretty much good to go. Obviously it's missing a dash, but it can test without that. But we've got carbon ones being made, so hopefully that'll be alright. Other than that, plugging away at stuff. Got some poly bushes to fit on the front roll bar, as they haven't been. And then that's getting fired in with all new stuff. The O-rings aren't going to be here in time for testing, so I'm going to have to chuck all Bilsteins back on. But we know they work, so should be alright. Other than that, jobs are good.
So, it's not an Halloween decoration. It's going to be carbon fibre. So, under here we have dashboard with peel ply. So it's not a DIY job for definite, but we've watched a couple of YouTube videos, haven't we, Ty?
Yes, mate.
So we'll see what happens. Wasn't as bad as we expected. So next job, we're going to pull it out of the mould. We're going to pull the dash out. Oh no, I need to get that under there. It's not right. I'll stop doing it. So yeah, the fingers come a bit underneath here, so it's not going to be perfect, but we're not expecting perfection. How we tie?
We want it, but we're not expecting it.
No. So next job, let it dry, trim it, and then release the mould, and then we're going for a satin finish on this anyway, so it's not too big a deal. So fair bit of sanding. See how we get on. So in the cold light of day, as they say, and it is cold, but ignore the rocket on the side of the car. But yeah, it's not good. We're happy that it's not good though, because that means it looks like we've made it and not bought it. So let's trim it up, safety first. We'll try and get it out of the mould, and then it's another coat of resin.
No good way holding this.
No, you don't want to pull too hard, but you can't grab on. Or not grab on, shall we say. Right, this side's going. Can I push this side away?
Yeah. Oh, just in a wrist, funny. If
Be
you
on this
grab-
corner. What do you want?
pull that down, pull
Yep.
that down, right?
I think it's just this corner here, I think. And that. And watch here we go.
Got it.
Bloody hell.
So the top bits come out here, which is helpful.
Yeah.
That's come out here.
Bloody hell.
Have a little quick update. New cam girdle's gone on there with the new sink on it. So I've not put any sealant on our rope because we need to run it and see what cam timing is. Because if we put sealant on it, then if we have to take it back off, then it's a ball ache. So that's all in unsealanted. And then here I've had to do a bit of tomfoolery because Ryan managed to squish his chassis leg just a little bit at Silverstone. So yeah, I've got porta power on it. It was only out by this has been jigged to number 1, which is, well, we assume is straight because all of the end plates are straight. The legs haven't got any crinkles in them rope like that. So we assumed that was the straight car. Jigged everything crash bar wise to that, and obviously Ryan's hasn't fit the jigged crash bar, which is obviously to specific measurements. So I've got porta power, push legs out. It only needed to go about 5mm, so it wasn't major at all. And then as you can see, there's still a gap in there, so once it's relaxed, hammer them out. Job's a good one. Morning everybody, just about to set off. Job's a good one.
Morning, morning, morning. Morning, morning, morning. Sticker for mine. Thank you. Are you ready to rock? Right.
Mornings.
Alright. Need to put the diffuser on just so it, let's take it off so it fitted in the truck, which is not a good thing to do at 1 in the morning. My turn. with my car were in a million pieces yesterday. Very good. The brakes need a bit more bleeding, but yeah, very happy. Noisy Escort. All good?
Yeah, over there, it's still going up and down all over the place.
It's maintaining pressure though.
Over 45.
Right. Well, it should be alright.
You'll be alright.
Yeah, I think, yeah. We'll have a play, see if we can make it better though.
Yeah. Just rolled it completely.
Oh no, that's like the worst case track day jobby. Oh no. So it's my turn now, sorry about the air. And it is greasy, that is the difference, dry, wet. Look who just got in my car. Alright Dylan?
It got a bit slippery a bit quickly.
Michael said it got very slippery very quickly.
It doesn't look like heavy rain.
No.
And then I turned into chicane, it just went...
Yeah, you need a full walk to get in. Tyres are pretty good, so stay on it. So far so good. The rain's definitely not helping testing. The plan is completely out the window. Going to be playing with tow and stuff like that, so it's not happening at the minute.
A few moments later.
Yeah, true. Looks like a power problem. Been a good day. Scott's car, Dylan managed to get a go out in it, and he says the oilings are a lot better. A little bit of difference in the brakes, but we'll figure that out. Yeah, all sorted. The power cut problem turned out to be a terminal that had just vibrated loose, so looks like he wants a new nut on that. So anyway, yeah, thanks for watching.